what you want, when you want it, where you want it. This is The Mesh.
I'm with the band. Music and interviews you're going to like. Hey, this is Chad Austin, and this episode of I'm with the Band features Sydney Shepard. Did I say that correctly?
Yes.
Excellent. How are you doing today?
I'm doing great. How are you, Chad?
I'm doing well. Excellent. Thanks for coming by today.
Absolutely, yeah.
We have to get into why you're here.
Okay.
We'll go ahead and jump into that part first, because you have a concert this weekend.
Yes, that's right.
So tell us about the concert.
Well, it's part of Hickory Arts House Concert Series, which they've just started. Hickory Arts just opened, I think, in February, and it's kind of the baby of Jeff Hartman, Carol Ann Hartman. I think John Coffey's on board with it too, and it's really just a space where people can go to take any kind of music lessons, guitar, piano, whatever. But Jeff is also, we just recorded a 5-song EP.
Oh, good for you.
Yeah. So, and that was a couple weeks ago. So we're still working on that and getting it mixed and edited, and all that fun stuff. So it's really kind of, they're working towards making it be a hub of the arts and music and photography in Hickory.
They've got it set up very well over there.
Yes, yeah.
And John Coffey, is he the vocal coach guy?
I think he does vocal coaching, but he's a pianist. He actually went to Juilliard for piano back in the day.
Wow.
So he's a cool guy. I worked with him a long time ago when I was a little kid. So
right. So tell us about the album or the EP.
Well, it's called Gypsy Life EP, and it's just a album of 5 of my original songs, and it's all me. I kind of wish I had a band, but it's kind of just me right now. But I play guitar, dulcimer, banjo, and cello on the album.
Wow.
And I do some sing, and I sing, of course, as well.
Oh, excellent.
But yeah, so that'll hopefully be ready in July, August-ish. So we're still working on a date for that.
What kind of setup did you guys record on over there? Was it Pro Tools or?
You know, I'm not very technically. That's a kind of a Jeff question.
You're right.
But really, my music is pretty raw. So pretty whatever, simple, clean kind of.
Sounds very organic.
Yeah.
So no synthesizers or anything on the.
No synthesizers.
Oh, that's
not
all
for
right.
this one. No.
Well, you never know. I mean, if you can play piano, you can play a synthesizer.
Right. That's true.
Well, that's good. Yeah. So the songs that you've got on there, are these all like recent songs? Are the songs that go back a while? Is it an eclectic mix?
It's a mix, absolutely. Yeah, there's a song on there that I just wrote a couple months ago. There are a couple from a couple years ago. I've just, I'm really into the art and the storytelling of writing songs, and not so much knowing how to record them and put together an album. So
Sure.
It's been nice to collaborate with him on that, because the songs that I had before were just me on GarageBand trying to layer things and put things together. So very, very homemade. So I'm just hoping, my goal is to have a cleaner, more professional sound out of this.
Oh, excellent.
Yeah.
Now, would you consider any of your stuff something that could break into the top 40?
It's not really pop kind of music.
Mm.
It's, I guess you could describe it as more of like indie folk kind of, like an Ingrid Michaelson sort of sound.
Right.
Or, Regina Spektor was like the first person I really listened to as far as music goes. Because I was a big theater kid, so I listened to a lot of musical theater.
All right.
But then I was introduced to, more new alternative music. But some of them they're pretty catchy. So, but I wouldn't call myself a top 40 kind of artist.
Unless it breaks into the top 40.
Right, of course, which would be great, but
Yeah.
that's not my goal.
Right, kind of like Gaudier.
Yeah, that kind of stuff.
Yeah, no, that's my new favorite artist right now.
Oh yeah, he's great. Yeah.
Matter of fact, he's got his last album. They had an album before that was huge overseas.
Yeah.
I can't remember. It's like Drawing Blood or something like that. And it was so popular that all these bands did a remake of the entire album. And each band covered a different part of the album. It's
cool.
really nice. But you can only get it on something like Spotify. I can't find it anywhere.
It really makes me happy when an artist like that can really break into the mainstream.
Absolutely.
Because, some people, I guess, that have more of my taste in music are upset when that happens. Like, oh, this person sold out. Now everybody knows who they are, so they're not cool anymore to me. But I think it's great. I mean,
oh yeah, it opens up a lot. Opens up a lot of doors.
Absolutely.
Now, you said you were a theater kid.
Yes.
So what does that mean?
I've probably done about 20 to 30 community theater shows in the area. I started when I was like 7. So
Around here?
Around here, Hickory Community Theater, Green Room Community Theater.
Did you do Clater K?
Let's see. No, I didn't do Clater K. I took a couple dance classes there, but I didn't really do Clater K. But yeah, lots of theaters in the area, and I was really big into musical theater, and I knew I wanted to be an actor from the time I was 5. So music was something I kind of got into later, but I've played the cello since I was 7 classically.
Wow.
So, yeah.
So you got your intonation down?
Yes, I do. I do. I had tapes on my instrument for a couple years, but
you got to get to learn your position.
Right, exactly.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, that's impressive.
Yeah.
Well, now you talked about acting. You are at UNC School of the Arts in Winston-Salem.
Yes.
And that is for acting.
Yes, I'm studying acting there.
Well, that's interesting. Now, what is your hopes in this field?
Well, I really just want to be a working actor, a working artist. I think that I'm really glad I've kept up my music while I've been at college, because I think being a well-rounded artist is very important,
I agree.
especially in the field of acting. I actually just got my first professional acting gig in New York, which will be in August.
Congratulations.
And thank you. And but it involves me playing the cello in a show. So, you never know what tools are going to come.
Is that all you're going to do? Are you going to act? Are you going to get to act in the production?
Well, I'm understudying. There's only one woman part in the show. It's a new adaptation of The Picture of Dorian Gray by Oscar Wilde, and it's at this really cool theater, Sonic Repertory Theater in New York. And so the woman who's playing the role, she's probably 27 or 28. She's been in the field for a while, so I get to kind of apprentice her and learn what it takes to, work in a professional theater. So
oh, well,
I'm
good
really
luck to you.
excited
That's
about
pretty
that.
neat.
Thank you. Yeah.
Excellent. Now, you touched on the fact that you played some different instruments.
Yes.
So you talked about the ones you played on the album, but do you play any other instruments?
I do. I actually just picked up the Dulcie Joe, which is
A dulcimer named Joe.
Yeah, well, exactly. No, it's a mix of a dulcimer and a banjo. And one of my best friends growing up, her father, Michael Fox, makes them. So I got this from him around December. So I've been working on that, and I'll be playing that in my house concert as well. But I do play piano, and I play some Celtic harp, which is like a mini harp. Mm-hmm. So I think that's all of them. I'm not sure what I...
That's not really many at all. So we're just going to move on. Now, you brought some instruments with you today.
I did. I brought my banjo named Harold, and I brought my guitar.
So one of the songs you're going to perform today is going to be with Harold?
Yes.
Why don't we take a listen to one?
All right. This is Gypsy Life. Well, dear, lately, dear, I've been talking with the mountains. And dear, frankly, dear, they don't sound the same. 'Cause the moment that we left is when the cold swept in, and I feel they fear that it's our absence that's to blame. Well, dear, lately, dear, I've been drawn to wandering. And dear, really, dear, I'm itching for us to get gone. 'Cause I know there's more to see beyond the boundary lines they've drawn that we're never gonna see unless we journey on. And you can paint the cities that we go to see, and I'll sing to the cities and they'll sing with me, and we won't have to worry about anything as ever onward we will go. And we'll take a seed and plant a great big tree, and all the taller the branches, the higher the swing will be. Oh, swing me, dear, to the rhythm of our heartbeats dancing on the road. direction. And dear, frankly, dear, my heart swells every time. 'Cause the truth of the matter is, you're my latest grand obsession, and there's nothing more divine than your arm linked up in mine. Well, dear, come on, dear, you know that you want to. Time, dear, is precious, dear, and you know our world awaits. So take heed of the mighty winds that call you, and together we will make our great escape. And you can paint the cities that we go to see, and I'll sing to the cities and they'll sing with me, and we won't have to worry about anything, as ever onward we will go. And we'll take a seat and plant a great big tree, and all the taller the branches, the higher the swing will be. Oh, swing me, dear, to the rhythm of our heartbeats, dancing on the road, on the road, on the road, on the road. Well, you know there's nothing else I'd rather do than live a gypsy life. Oh, you know there's nothing else I'd rather do than live a gypsy life with you.
We'll get back to your show in a moment. Just a reminder, you're listening to The Mesh, an online media network of shows and programs ranging from business to arts, sports to entertainment, music to community. All programs are available on the website as well as through iTunes and YouTube. Find out more at themesh.tv and give us feedback on what you like.
We're back with Sydney Shepard on I'm With a Band on the Mesh.tv network. What I'd like to talk about is how often you get a chance to perform as a musician.
Yes. That's a good question, because I do go to a conservatory style acting program, which means they keep us busy a lot.
Sure.
So there's not much time to do my own solo work, but I have collaborated a lot. This past year, I actually did a stage musical adaptation of My Chemical Romance's The Black Parade.
Oh, wow.
So I played electric cello and sang in that, and that was with a full band. And some of them were musicians from the school. Some of them were people who lived in Winston-Salem. So we practiced like all year long and did this big like outdoors concert at the end of the year. So it's cool because I get to keep up music, because there are enough people, like actors who play violins and guitars and stuff, that I get to, you know, hang out with and toss ideas around with. But as far as, you know, the traditional sense of being able to perform solo like at venues, I haven't really been able to do that very much. So, I mean, that's why I'm excited about doing this concert at Hickory Arts this weekend and making this album, trying to get it out there, you know, before I graduate college and I'm thrown into the real world. So,
are you going to put it on iTunes?
I think so, yeah. I'm talking with Jeff about it.
Yeah, well, you'll need to send us a link to it so we can put it on,
Absolutely, yeah.
on the Mesh. That'd be awesome.
Sure.
Of your instruments that you play, of all the instruments that you play, is there one you gravitate towards over and over, besides the cello? Because that's not going to be a fair answer since you've been doing it for as long.
No, I'm definitely the most in love with the cello, but I'm really connected with the banjo in a kind of unorthodox way. I don't really play much bluegrass on it. It's more of my own kind of style. But I don't know. I just had a really interesting journey with the banjo because I bought it 2 weeks before I left to go live on an organic farm for a month a couple years ago. So I kind of taught myself the banjo outdoors, living in a tent on this farm. So it's cool. We've had a lot of adventures together, and I played the banjo in a bluegrass version of A Midsummer Night's Dream I was in last year. I played Puck. So I got to write some of the music for the show and play the banjo. So I've ended up using it a lot. And when I bought it, I kind of thought it would just be ornamental kind of stuff, but it's become a primary instrument for sure.
So why Harold?
Well, it comes from the old movie Harold and Maude, which is from the 70s. And at the end of the movie, it's the main character, Harold, is like walking off into the sunset playing a banjo. So I thought if I ever have a banjo, I'll definitely name it Harold, because it's one of my favorite movies as well. So,
well, let's talk about influences.
Okay.
And we're going to go in 3 different directions. We'll start first with, let's go ahead and start with music, since we're on music.
Okay.
You mentioned a few a while ago, but let's
Yes.
hear a couple more that really make it work for you.
Definitely them, and like Ingrid Michaelson, Regina Spektor. But as far as just passion and really throwing yourself into the music, I'm a huge fan of Jacqueline Dupre, who was a cellist in the 1960s, a British cellist. Actually, my first year of college, we had to do a project where we were any person from history. We could choose to be anyone, and we had to research them and come in and be them during acting class. And I chose Jacqueline Dupre, and she was just, if you ever get a chance to look up YouTube videos of her, she's just wild. She just moves around, dances with her cello, and I want to try and embody that.
Is she like a Tori Amos of the cello?
Kind of, yeah. I mean, she didn't sing. She was very much a classical instrumentalist, but yeah, I could definitely akin to that sort of thing.
No, are you a fan of Tori Amos? Just asking.
I am a fan of Tori
Do you know
Amos.
she's from here?
Yes, I am, like, around Newton, right?
Yes, that's right.
Yeah.
Whenever she plays in Charlotte, she comes here.
Yeah, no, I think she's incredible. I've never
Yeah.
seen her live, but I've seen live performances playing the 2 pianos.
Oh,
at
yes.
once. Yeah,
Saw her at Ovens. It was very intimate. It's
Oh,
worth
cool.
going to see.
absolutely.
It's a neat thing.
Yeah.
Okay, what about influences when it comes to acting and theater?
I am a huge fan of, well, I mean, Meryl Streep's kind of like become a cliche to say now, but I mean, just her ability to be a chameleon is just so admirable. But I'm a huge fan of Kate Winslet, Kate Blanchett. I just think that they're real actresses who are not afraid to get their hands dirty, which I think is
No, I love Kate
cool
Winslet.
thing. Yeah.
And as soon as they lift the restraining order, I get to talk to her again.
Oh, great!
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to that.
Congratulations. Yeah.
I have loved her since Titanic. I think she's incredible.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And I mean, there seem to be no limits to what she can do.
No,
So.
and the best part is I think she's authentically humble.
Yeah, no, absolutely. She just seems like a classy, genuine person, which is great, and sometimes hard to come by in some famous celebrities, it seems. But
Oh, yeah.
yeah, she seems to be a down to earth
Oh,
person.
what about influences as far as music goes in terms of like the songwriting and the singing?
Yeah, I kind of, let's see, I've gone through phases, of course, as everyone has, but when I first started writing songs, I listened to a lot of Joanna Newsom. I don't know if you've heard of her, but she's got a really strange voice and
Right.
a really strange style as far as writing songs goes, but I just love that she's fearless. You know, she can write things that are unconventional and still have such a following. And I feel like I haven't really tapped into that yet. Like, I feel like sometimes I'm afraid to go that far with the wildness of the poetry and how her music is just kind of like all over the place sometimes. But I think her style is just incredible. And as far as vocal style go, I mean, I think that Zooey Deschanel's got a really like easy, great, simple kind of style that's really old school that I really enjoy. So
Have you watched her show?
Yeah, I have. I watched it. Yeah, she's great.
Yeah, and you know that she plays that part so well.
Oh yeah. I love her. I think she's wonderful.
Yeah, I watched the whole season.
Yeah, I haven't seen all of them, but I watch it when I can.
That's what DVR is for.
Right. Yeah.
Well, have you got some more songs you'd like to play for us today?
I do, yeah.
Well, why don't we have you play a song and take us out?
All right.
It's Sydney Shepherd. Trying to get that right. I want to call it Sybil Shepherd. I don't know why.
It's very similar. Yeah, it's happened before.
Well, we appreciate you coming in.
Absolutely.
It's been a pleasure talking to you.
Yes, you too.
This is Chad Austin. I'm with the band, signing off.
Not so good with words, but my lips won't let you down. And if you can give me color, then I can give you sound. And we may not have time, reason, or rhyme, but we sure as hell got plenty to find out about you and me and how we'll be. But together we'll see, and we are two summer souls trapped in our winter clothes. But even so, you bring sunlight through my window, sunlight through my soul. But I move so well with you, and I'm sure this new grand feeling ain't just grand just 'cause it's new. There's something true in the way your heart makes me sway, and the way your smile grows from dawn into day, and the fires we built, they're burning still in you and in me, you and in me, and I know the days grow old, and the nights they get so cold, but even so, you bring sunlight through my window, sunlight through my soul, sunlight through my window, sunlight good as gold, good as gold. We are two summer souls trapped in our winter clothes, but even so, you bring sunlight through my window, sunlight through my soul, sunlight through my window, sunlight good as gold, sunlight good as gold, good as gold.
You've been listening to The Mesh, an online media network of shows and programs ranging from business to arts, sports to entertainment, music to community. All programs are available on the website as well as through iTunes and YouTube. Check us out online at themesh.tv. Discover other network shows and give us feedback on what you just heard.